This feels very strange. I've finally, for the first time in this clip, whacked out the selfie stick and the little stand that it's on. I've checked into the Windmill Naxos hostel. Seems like a pretty quaint place. Doesn't sound like there's much going on, which is a big change from the hostel in Eos, which is a very welcome change. Not because I didn't enjoy Eos. I will soon do like a little recap of Eos to put at the end of the last video, because I really did not record anything. That will go out before this, so you may see that first. So it may look like there's a bit of time travel going on. There is not. I'm just lazy and got distracted with recording things. So currently in my hostel, it's about quarter to 8. I ferry this morning at 9 o'clock, well 8 o'clock, and arrived at 9. Made my way up to the hostel, got here about 10. Was just chilling for a bit, and then I fell asleep for like 4 hours. I've been so exhausted. I think it's definitely like a reset, recharge day today. And it's weird when you're traveling, because you feel very, well, at least I do. I'm not sure if anybody else feels the same, but I feel very like guilty. I have like a full-on like rest day and I've done nothing. I think obviously you've come a long way to come to these places. You spend a lot of money on hostels and things like that. So to come to a destination and then achieve nothing, it feels a bit grim. Rest is important. I will say that to anybody else who ever moans about the same thing, but listening to my own advice is probably not the strength of mind that I think I have. So yeah, I'm trying not to beat myself too much up about it, but I'm in a private room. There was only private suites available for this hostel in Naxos, so I'm here for 2 nights, and that'll be a bit of a nice welcome reprieve, not having to share. I mean, I had that in Santorini, but there was a bit of a question mark as to how long that was going to be, and whether it was more like specifically this just feels like mine, you know. There's a double bed and it's so comfy. Like, I think that's probably the contributing factor as to why I slept for like 4 or 5 hours earlier, because obviously I had a couple nights of like drinking, socialising, very go, and then like going here, getting maybe like 3-4 hours sleep last night to get an early ferry. Pro tip, don't book early ferries. They might be cheaper, but you'll feel fucking shit. Now the journey was fine. It's just, I could have gone to bed earlier, but I wanted to socialise. So, my bad. Not the ferry's fault. Sorry, Blue Star. Yeah, it's so comfy, and it's a double bed. I haven't slept in a double bed in like nearly 3 weeks now. Yeah, first world problems, but I've been sleeping in single beds, and most of them are very cardboard-esque, very wooden plank-esque. So this is like actually really comfy. There's like way too much space. Actually, let me go mobile if I can for a moment. There we go. We got this little professional. There we go. Surf stick on the go. Apologies for the mess. I am me in whatever country I will stay in. So, the front door. Double bed. Yes. Okay. It's even got a wardrobe. It's got a fridge. I can't do this pointing thing. There's a kitchen. There's a sink. There's a special chair. There is a mirror. There is an ensuite, my own bathroom. I was showering and doing my business in like a shared bathroom in the last place, which actually wasn't too bad, but the like hot water was terrible. So, aka it was way too hot. So it was like a cold shower, or you know, hurt yourself. So it's all good. It's free shower gel, free shampoo. It's a nice place. And it's mine for 2 nights. think, oh Lord, can I go mobile again with this? No. Or can I go stationary is the question I should be asking. And the answer is yes. There was a couple of messages on Hostel World. I wasn't going to do anything tonight, but you know, only here for 2 nights, so may as well do something. So there was some messages about catching a sunset, bro. So I'm gonna go catch a freaking sunset. There is here. You may have seen in a previous video when I briefly stopped at Naxos for like 5 seconds. There is another temple of Apollo. So with that, it sounds like a pretty neat place to go and watch a sunset, given the origins of the mythology that he is a god of the sun in Greek mythology. So it sounds very apt. So there's like 4 or 5 people that have agreed to meet up pretty soon. So we'll go and see them. And then I need some food. I didn't eat any like lunch because I slept through lunch. So I went to the shop, got some snacks, but that's all I've eaten. So a nice hearty meal would be a welcome addition to the stomach this evening. So it's not going to be a mad one. I certainly hope it's not going to be a mad one. It should be a nice evening. And then tomorrow I've got to work out some plans. I'm going to get some inspo from these guys, hopefully, who have been here a little bit longer than I have. I did get like a little leaflet for, I'm not going to go get it, like a history tour. So there's a half day, there's an all day, but there's also, I believe, a 2-hour hike to the top of Mount Zeus and Zeus's cave, which I saw on Instagram earlier. So I think if I can get up early enough, I'm thinking with the amount of rest I've had, that might be doable. But I'm also me, and I'm not a morning person, so it's a bit ropey, that one. So one of the two. There'll certainly be something, there's a bit more activity tomorrow, and there's some nice beaches to go and see too, so yeah, there's my little update of nothing that's been happening. Hopefully some more of Naxos to come. In terms of where we were next on the journey, I have I check out on Friday the 13th. Lucky for some, lucky for me, because I think I'll be going back to Athens, given the flight is on the Monday. I will then have 3 nights, which if I go 2 nights somewhere, that's another ferry, it's another cost. But there's not many places with hostels, so I don't want to be booking like Airbnbs to myself. I think there's some of the smaller islands which would be great to do as like part of a group where you can split like the costs, like Milos, Ifnos, those type of things. So I might just go to Athens and then maybe try and book like a history tour. I'm weighing up my options between Meteor and Delphi right now. Meteor being a mountain range with monk monasteries, and Delphi being sort of a more mythological and archaeological site. And given the theme of some of these videos, maybe the archaeological site might be a bit more up my street, but I've seen some of the photos from Meteor and it looks bloody stunning, so there'll be something. So that's a little bit of an update, and I'll catch you in a bit.
I have returned from watching the sunset. Went out with some guys, met up with some people at the at a bar after watched the sunset. I just come back, and you know what? I'm just chilling in this bed. There's 2 pillows. There's 4 pillows. There's 2 on each side. It's a double bed. It's really comfy. I'm just living right now. There's simple things in life, your little luxuries that you miss. Hell yeah. Might climb Mount Zeus tomorrow. Need to check the bus timetable. See if it's doable. I hope so. It sounds pretty flippin' dipping cool. Anyway, good night.
Good morning. Or should I say, good afternoon. I slept a lot. My plan today to hike Mount Zeus was flummoxed by my desire to rest. Feel a little bit shit about that, to be fair. It's like 2 p.m, maybe 3 p.m, I'm not sure. Let's go at half 2. Set an alarm for 8 o'clock. That just didn't happen. I think the travelling, the holidays caught up with me a little bit. I did want to use Naxos as a rest spot anyway, but I don't think I'd rest this much and still be like pretty tired. I still have time to do it tomorrow. I need to book my ferry to Athens and the hostel in the meantime. So I will have time to do it tomorrow morning. So I will make sure I do it because I will feel really silly if I don't manage to do that. It's a pretty chill place, so like there's not a massive amount of things to do unless I'm booking ridiculous excursions or anything like that. So if I can tick that off, you know, that's a really cool place. There's a cave on the hill that is said to be where Zeus received his thunderbolt. Like, if I don't go to there, then the hell am I playing at, you know? But happy to just chill kind of in the meantime. Although there is an element of Carpe Diem in this case. I do have some things to do, i.e. booking trips, hostels. I have laundry to do, so I've just gone into the common room and they have laundry here at this hostel, which means that in 40 minutes I need to return to go and get my stuff and wash that, because I'm running low on socks. So never mind, that'll be a good thing to get out of the way, and then I still have time to walk around the island a little bit, you know, the main city anyway. Naxos is a big island, lots of little towns everywhere, but the main thing is quite small and a bit of a seasidey town. There's like a little old town that I want to go and maybe have a quick peek at. There's some people I met last night who they left, like 3 of them left today. The two of the girls are staying another night, and a few people have checked in today that I've seen on Hostel World, so I think we might be meeting up for a bit of a gin wag at some point this evening. So there's still something to be salvaged of today here in Naxos, and I have slept more than enough. I'd say like 12 hours in total, which makes sense given the various bits of lack of sleep that I've had over the course of probably the last like 5 days, I guess. Like Santorini and the journey to Ios was not sleepless, but like it was an early ferry, so I had to get up at 6, and then Ios was busy, tiring. Had like maybe, yeah, you can nap, but like a big sleep. I didn't have a big sleep, and then I had to check out really early the following day after that. So I think like 3 days, or 3 or 4 days of like lack of sleep, and then like being very extroverted, very social, like hit my body quite hard. So like I've started to feel like a little bit run down, not like ill, but just like, ugh, you know, classic. I've been doing lots of steppies, been walking about a lot, so it makes sense. So I'm not like too angry about it, but it's like, I feel like I've wasted a little bit of time in Naxos. But it seems like a really nice place, so I will use a bit of an opportunity now to go and get some food, get some energy down me. I'll return, sort my laundry out, and then maybe go for a little bit of an exploration, a little bit of a wander. Maybe check out one or two of the beaches if I can do, because they seem really quite nice. It's been really windy here in Greece the last couple of days, so the beaches haven't been a pleasant place to just plonk yourself down at, because the sand just fucking
face. But yeah, if I'll check in a little bit later. But that's where we're at right now. It's not all go, go, go. I don't think that's possible. I haven't got the energy for that. So take the rest days where you can. Andrea's done. Asmin is done. Let's go out. Nice Naxos views. And ferries, of course. Lovely. Very easy to get lost in these streets. So windy. This is Grottas Beach. Not much of a beach if you ask me. Oh, there's the Apollo statue. And it's certainly not swimming weather. At least not here. Lots of Naxos. Feeding station. Cute. This is a bit more of a chilling beach, I think. We'll have a wee sit down for a bit. Yeah. Chilling ruined. Keep sitting on ants. Quick time jump. Went for dinner, and then cocktails, and shopping with some girls from the holiday. It's like 5 of them, just me, just the one bloke. So shopping, cocktails, and then bed. Can't beat it. Hike tomorrow. Let's go. Okay, here we go. Finally going on a hike. It's currently 8:15 on Friday morning. I'm in a random bus shelter. Been told to come here by the man in the hostel, very nice man. Weirdly enough, you have to buy bus tickets in the supermarkets here, which is strange. Keep that in mind if you ever go. I need to take the bus to Philotti, which will probably get me there about 9 o'clock. And then it'll be a maybe 1.5 hour, maybe 2 hour hike up, and then a little stop afterwards for Zeus's cave. So yeah, go over the journey, see if we can go and get ourselves a Thunderbolt. If that doesn't make sense yet, it will soon. It's currently 9 PM. No bus. It's supposed to come 34 minutes ago. It's not here. I'd be slightly more concerned if there wasn't an old man here that is very Greek. I tried to speak to him earlier about whether this was the right bus stop, and we didn't get very far in conversation. But he's here. So as long as he's here, I feel like I'm in the right place. So, I guess it's just on Greek time, like the rest of the public transport. We're hanging on. My concern is that though, that the longer we go, the hotter it gets, which is a concern. So, something to consider. Is that it may be quite warm at the top. But I've got my drinks, my water, I've got some electrolytes, aka Powerade. And yeah. Base of the trail. Somewhere outside Philotti. Going that way. Catch a Stantler. What's Ronaldo doing up here? Suey! So as we approach the trail to Mount Zar, or Mount Zeus, it's important to note this is, I believe, the highest peak in the Cyclades. So it's an impressive feat to conquer this trail. That, and as a location, it is to be oh, never mind. Mount Zeus is said to be the place where Zeus grew up in hiding from his father Cronus. He was taken here from Crete, where he was born, to hide away from him. I believe as well from the inscriptions on Zeus's cave, which is hopefully somewhere we'll see later, that this is where he helped cultivate sheep and herd sheep. So we'll see that cave hopefully as well as the peak. This is also said to be the place where Zeus received his thunderbolt from the 3 Cyclades, and he was gifted it by an eagle. So hoping if I get to the top, an eagle will sort me out. We'll see. Some view already, eh? How's that for picturesque? Look at that. Like a little photo spot. A lizard. Well, that is bloody lovely. It's really nice. Hello, lizard friend. Hello. Where are you going? You get some shade, big man. I love some shade. That'd be great right now. It's hot. Would you believe? Greece in June is hot. Nobody told me. Allegedly. Had to ditch the hat. Nearly blew away. Can't be losing that. Sorry for the wind, but we're on a bloody mountain. Final straight to the summit of Mount Zeus, where I'll hopefully be gifted with my thunderbolt. I can control this wind, so it'll stop fucking up my vlogs. What is he doing up here? Oh god. It's an eagle. Holy fuck. There are many eagles. There's one. Look at him go. Oh, there's 2. Oh my god. Yo. There's so many. That's so sick. The marbling, the joy. There's the summit. Let us finish this hike. Look at it go. Oh, there's two. Post it up. Nearly there. Certainly chilled at worse spots. Gosh. The highest point in Cyclades, 1,004 meters. Beautiful. Gorgeous place for a wee sit down. Love it. Down we go. On the way to Zeus's cave. Doing a loop. Let's go. We must traverse. There's the summit. Just have a eye over there. Zeus's cave. Made it to Zeus's cave. Just in there. It's huge. It's so dark. I had my phone flashlight, but it wasn't enough. I don't really know where my feet were going, so thought I'd just use this as a nice spot to post up. I'm absolutely like drenched in sweat. It's so warm. But I'll have a little drink, a little snack, head back down. I've got low battery on my phone. Like 10% just came up, so I need to preserve that. So that might be the end of this so far, but sick hike. A little bit of a time jump. Hello, it's me again. I'm off the mountain in one piece. That was a sick hike. Would definitely recommend anybody who's coming to Naxos or fancy a trip to the Cyclades to make their way to Naxos to do Mount Zeus. That was really nice. Note to self, note to nobody else, take a power bank. My phone died just as I was about maybe 75% of the way through the trail. I also went off trail by accident. So with my last remaining percentages, I was like trying to memorize the map. I then took a final turn, my phone died, and the place on the loop was shut. It was like fenced over, padlock on it, not allowed to go that way. So that was unfortunate. So to turn back and literally just followed the road with a dead phone in the middle of a random Greek island that I don't know the way around of. Fortunately, the road led me to Philolotti, which is the town nearest to where the hike began, which was very fortunate because that is where the bus stops. So big sigh of relief on that one. All the locals were very nice. One lady in the shop offered to charge my phone for me. If I didn't have to get the bus, then I would have taken up on that offer. But you know, it's people are just genuinely nice. At times when you're in trouble, people will help. So it was a little bit spooky of an experience, because I was like, shit, I don't know if we're gonna make it back. My ferry's at 6. Like, I'm just in this remote town. But made it back in one piece. Managed to navigate to the bus, get off the bus, navigate back to the hostel without a map, just through sheer determination. I sort of remembered where I was from this morning, but hey ho. Fun fact about this morning, the bus that I was complaining about earlier was never due at 8:30. Either I read the timetable wrong or I read the wrong timetable, but there was no bus at 8:30, there was a bus at 9:30. So I sat and got up. I sat there for an hour and a half, and also got up early for absolutely no reason. Lessons learned, hey. But made it back to the hostel, charged my phone a little bit, but ended up, whilst sat in the common room, just talking to another traveller who has been to Southeast Asia, so we were talking about that. But then also she's heading to Athens tomorrow, so we're going to link up. She's a runner, so we're going to do a run. I didn't get a chance to hit up the Olympic track when I was there last time, so what a better chance than to do that tomorrow with other travel buds. So said to Raz, said see you later, and then I have now boarded my ferry back to Piraeus. I'll land at about 11:30 at night, which I really do hope the metro will be open at that time. If not, it's a taxi job, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out. Staying at the Hawks Urban Hotel, looks pretty modern, not too steep on the price, so we'll go with that for 3 nights before we head to Singapore for the Southeast Asia leg of the journey, which is grand. So yeah, lots of fun to come. Mount Zeus was great. I really feel like I've redeemed myself in Naxos. As much as I was beating myself up about it being a not really getting much done and just kind of resting. Retrospect, rested, got some laundry done, went out both nights with traveller friends, saw a sunset, became an honorary girly pop with the 5 ladies that I met. And then hiked a fucking big mountain, a very famous mountain in mythology. So you know what? Naxos, I did it. I did it properly, I think. Yeah, so I'll wrap it up here. I've got some shows to watch. I've got Jujutsu Kaisen that I've downloaded on Netflix, so I'll get my head down and do that. But at the moment, got a nice view on the top deck. So that'll be that for Naxos. See you in the next one.